There is a specific kind of exhaustion that comes from loving someone who operates at a higher voltage than the rest of the world. It is not the tiredness you feel after a long day of work or a hard workout. It is a deep, soul-level fatigue that settles in your bones because you are constantly trying to keep your balance on shifting ground. When you are involved with this sign, you are not just dating a person, you are inhabiting a storm system. You wake up every morning wondering which version of the weather you are going to get. Will it be the calm, protective warmth that makes you feel like the only person on Earth? Or will it be the icy, detached silence that makes you feel like a complete stranger in your own home? Most people lie to themselves about relationships. They say they want passion and intensity, but what they really want is safety. They want a predictable movie script where they know exactly how the scene ends. But when you sign a contract with this energy, you are throwing the script into the fireplace. You are agreeing to be seen, fully and terrifyingly seen, in a way that makes most human beings want to run for cover. The eyes of this sign do not stop at your clothing or your skin. They hunt for your insecurities and your darkest fears, not to hurt you, necessarily, but because they do not know how to look at anything superficially. This is why their love feels so heavy. It is a tangible weight that presses down on your chest. For the weak, this pressure is suffocating. For the strong, it is a weighted blanket that finally allows them to sleep. But here is the brutal truth that nobody dares to whisper at dinner parties. Not everyone is built to carry this weight. In fact, 90% of the population will buckle under it. I am Madam Tina. For over 2 decades, I have analyzed the celestial blueprints of thousands of clients, watching the way stars dictate the collisions between human hearts. I have sat with weeping husbands and confused wives, trying to explain to them why their partner feels like a riddle with no answer. I have seen the wreckage left behind when a fragile soul tries to love a powerhouse without understanding the mechanics of the energy they are dealing with. The mistake everyone makes is assuming that all intensity is created equal. It is not. The specific day you were born within your season acts as a distinct filter, changing the flavor of your power and, consequently, determining exactly who is capable of standing by your side without burning to ash. Most astrologers will give you a generic horoscope that treats every person born in late October or November as the same brooding stereotype. That is lazy, and it is dangerous. The person born on the first day of the season has a completely different emotional requirement than the person born on the last. One needs a diplomat, the other needs a warrior, and mixing them up is a recipe for disaster. We are going to look at the calendar and dissect the specific requirements for your heart. We are not talking about finding someone who likes the same movies as you. We are talking about finding the person who has the spiritual stamina to endure your love. If you have ever felt like you are simply too much for the people you date, or if you constantly feel like you have to dim your light just to keep the peace, pay close attention. We are about to validate the feelings you have hidden for years. By the time we are done, you will understand that your rejections were not failures. They were safety mechanisms designed to keep away the people who would have eventually shattered under your pressure. We are starting right now with the deceptively calm surface of the early season. If your birthday falls between October 23rd and October 30th, you are what I call the diplomatic strategist. You sit right on the border of the previous sign, Libra, and that influence acts like a coat of high-gloss varnish over a steel trap. On the surface, you appear reasonable. You have social grace. You know how to smile at a dinner party while someone is saying something incredibly stupid, and you know how to navigate a room without making enemies immediately. This makes you dangerous because people let their guard down around you. They mistake your politeness for weakness. They think because you are smiling, you are not calculating. They are wrong. The only person who can truly love you is someone who is smart enough to see the weapon hidden in the velvet glove. You cannot be with a simple person. If your partner takes everything you say at face value, they will never truly know you. You need someone who watches your eyes, not your mouth. You need a partner who can sense the shift in the air when you get quiet. The tragedy for this group is that you often attract people who love the idea of you, the charming, magnetic individual, but who run for the hills the moment the Libra veneer drops and the real, raw intensity comes out. The ideal partner for you is someone who enjoys the game of psychological chess as much as you do. They need to be sharp. They need to understand that when you ask a question, you usually already know the answer and you are just testing their honesty. A person who values peace over truth will rot in a relationship with you. You will eventually resent them for being shallow. You need a detective, a fellow observer, someone who can sit in the corner of a room with you and communicate an entire conversation with a single raised eyebrow. If they cannot read your silence, they do not deserve your words. This is a rare quality. Most people are too absorbed in their own noise to hear what you are not saying. You require a level of sophistication that goes beyond money or education. It is emotional intelligence. If they are messy, loud, or careless with their words, they will grate on your nerves until you ice them out completely. Before we move into the darker, more volatile waters of the middle season, I want to take a brief second to ask you something personal. If you are listening to this and feeling a strange sense of relief, like someone is finally reading the pages of a diary you thought you had locked away, consider joining our community. We are building a space here for the people who usually sit in the shadows. Just hit that subscribe button. It is a small gesture, but it tells the algorithm that real, deep conversations matter more than the superficial noise out there. It helps me find the other souls who need to hear this message. Now let's talk about the hybrid energy that happens right at the starting line. If you were born on the cusp, specifically October 23rd or 24th, you have a very specific burden. You are constantly fighting a war between the desire to be liked and the desire to burn bridges. Your ideal partner is a stabilizer. You swing between extremes so fast that you can give yourself whiplash. You need a rock. You need someone who doesn't panic when you spiral. If your partner gets anxious every time you get moody, the relationship is doomed. You need someone who looks at your emotional storms and simply puts up an umbrella, waiting for the rain to stop without trying to fix the weather. They need to understand that your mood swings are not about them. They are just the side effect of your incredible sensitivity to the world around you. Moving deeper into the calendar, we encounter the souls born between October 31st and November 7th. This is the heart of the beast. The Libra influence is gone, and what is left is pure, undiluted intensity. If you were born in this window, you are the Phoenix archetype. Your life is a series of destructions and rebirths. You do not just change, you disintegrate and rebuild yourself from scratch every few years. The brutal truth is that very few people can survive in your orbit for a lifetime because you are constantly evolving. The person who married you 5 years ago might wake up next to a stranger today because you have shed your old skin. Who can love this? Only someone who is not afraid of fire. You need a partner who views crisis as an opportunity, not a catastrophe. If they crave a white picket fence life where nothing ever changes and every Sunday is the same, they will suffocate you. You need a fellow traveler who is willing to pack up and move, emotionally speaking, at a moment's notice. Your love is obsessive. It is all-encompassing. When you focus on someone, they become the center of your universe, and you expect the same in return. This scares the average person. They call you too intense or possessive, but the right person will not feel possessed. They will feel chosen. You need a partner who has their own deep well of passion. If they are shallow, if they live on the surface of life, your intensity will drown them. You require a partner with a strong spine, someone who can look you in the eye when you are in a rage and not back down, but also not fight back with cheap shots. They need to be the container that can hold your liquid fire without melting. It is a rare structural integrity. You often find yourself alone, not because you are unlovable, but because you are looking for a heavyweight in a world full of lightweights. Then we have the builders, those born between November 8th and November 14th. The energy shifts here. It becomes colder, harder, and more durable. You are not as volatile as the Phoenix. You are stoic. You are playing the long game. You are ambitious and disciplined, often carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders without complaining. The only person who can truly love you is someone who respects your mission. You do not need a cheerleader. You need a teammate. You view love as a partnership, a business merger of souls. If someone is dramatic, chaotic, or financially irresponsible, You will cut them off with surgical precision. You cannot respect a mess. Your love language is reliability. You need someone who shows up when they say they will, who pays their bills, who handles their own trauma instead of dumping it on you. The brutal truth for this group is that you can be incredibly intimidating. You have a resting face that says, "Do not disturb," and you have a lie detector built into your gut. A partner who lies to you, even about small things, is dead to you. You need absolute transparency. But more than that, you need someone who can see the softness you hide behind the armor. You build fortress walls so high that only the most persistent climber can get over them. You need a partner who is patient enough to lay siege to your heart, brick by brick, proving their loyalty over years, not weeks. You do not fall in love. You commit to love. It is a decision, and once made, it is permanent. You need someone who views the vows as blood oaths, just like you do. If they have a wandering eye or a fickle heart, they are not just wrong for you. They are a liability you cannot afford. Finally, we arrive at the summit of power, the late-season Scorpios, born between November 15th and November 21st. These are the supreme commanders. By this point in the calendar, the energy has accumulated wisdom and authority. If this is you, you have a natural air of command that enters the room before you do. You do not demand respect, you simply exist, and people naturally fall into line. This creates a massive problem in love. Most people are either terrified of you, or they want to compete with you. You attract power struggles like a magnet. The only person who can truly love you is someone who is fully secure in their own skin. They cannot be threatened by your light. A weak partner will try to tear you down just to make themselves feel big. They will try to control you because your independence scares them. You will chew these people up and spit them out. You need an equal. This is the hardest thing to find. You need someone who has their own empire, their own passions, and their own life. You do not want a dependent. You want a king or a queen who reigns over their own territory so you can join forces. You need a relationship that feels like a power couple alliance. If you have to babysit your partner's ego, the attraction dies instantly. The brutal truth here is that you are better off alone than with someone who needs you to shrink so they can fit. You have likely spent years being single because the options available to you were simply underwhelming. That is not a failure. That is quality control. There is also the matter of the cusp with Sagittarius, specifically those born on November 20th or 21st. You have a streak of wildness that the others lack. You need freedom. A partner who is jealous or clingy will make you feel like a caged animal, and a caged Scorpio bites. You need a long leash, or better yet, no leash at all. You stay because you want to, not because you have to. Your person must understand that your need for solitude or adventure is not a rejection of them. It is how you recharge your battery. The reality for all of these dates is that your love is a high-stakes game. The universe did not design you to have casual flings or lukewarm romances. You were designed to transform the people you touch. This is why it hurts so much when it fails. You invest everything. But please, understand this. The difficulty you face in finding love is the greatest testament to your value. Rare things are hard to find. If you were simple, you would be paired up easily, but you would be bored. You are waiting for the collision that matches your seismic activity. I want to thank you for spending this time with me. It takes courage to look in the mirror and accept your own complexity. I would love to hear from you in the comments below. Which set of dates do you fall into? Have you found that person who can stand in the fire with you, or are you still searching for your equal? Share your story, whether it is a victory or a painful lesson. We read them and we learn from each other. Do not forget to like the video if this message hit home for you. Watch the video appearing on your screen now to understand the next step in your spiritual evolution. The stars are always talking. We just have to learn how to listen.